Hi, if you think that hydration means getting 2-3 liters of water a day, you are 50 years behind. My name is Paolo, and today I will explain you what it actually means to hydrate properly, how to get enough water, how to make the water stay in your body and not to just flush through, and what is the way to get the highest quality water you can with minimal resources. When we're talking about water, the first thing that comes into mind, at least to me, is the quality. It's very hard to get high quality water if you don't have the right information. If you are buying plastic bottles and that's your main intake of water, you might be actually getting a lot more plastic into your body with it, way more than you think. Just crack opening the plastic bottle is already releasing microplastic into that, and then we drink it. Not even talking about how the water is stored, how it's transported, and that the water you are getting might have been on the sun or in pretty hot, cold, whatever conditions, up and down. And that's not the best way to increase the quality of the water, because that plastic might be leaking all kind of stuff into your water and then it's going to your system. If you are getting a tap water to your home, it's most likely kind of safe to drink unless your municipality or whoever is in charge is telling you otherwise. The fact that it's safe to drink doesn't mean it's best for you, so we can still make this better. If you just do the basic Brita filter, that can already help. If you are able to and you want to invest more, you can get a triple osmosis filter that will be installed directly to your tap, and you will have a separate tap for your drinkable water. What that does is that it basically takes the water, it completely cleans it to possibly the most possible pure form, and then it adds the minerals that you need again. So you're actually getting everything you want and everything you need through this process of completely filtering, and then it will add the quality to the water that you want. Just drinking this water, it's not going to cut it, and you want to add electrolytes. Why you want to add electrolytes? Because when we sweat, we're losing them. Because when we go to the toilet, we're losing them. And especially if you are any kind of athlete or you do any kind of physical activity, the more you sweat, the more you are losing it. Which electrolytes to take? The gluten-free sodium, potassium, and magnesium. If you are not training hard and sweating a lot, then ratio of 1:1 of sodium and potassium is good. If you are training regularly and you are sweating more, or you just naturally sweat more, or you live in a country where it's fairly hot all year round, or it's a summertime and you are just sweating more, you want to up that sodium intake. It's all about balance in the body, where sodium and potassium are competing for who takes more where. You want to keep it balanced. Most of the commercial products, electrolytes, you can get are having certain ratios, and you just need to look at the daily recommended dosages and see what works for you. However, if it's 1:1, the sodium should be increased. If it's 3:1, that's way better. If it's 5:1, that's for people who are sweating a lot. Magnesium intake can be half or maybe 1/3 of what you're getting from the sodium, and you should be just fine. If you're taking other magnesium supplement through the day, you don't even have to focus on that at all. It's also really important to know that most of the products you can get as an electrolyte are not going to really serve you well, as there might be added sugar or sweeteners or any kind of sort of things that you are not buying the electrolytes for. There are definitely brands that are doing good job with just giving you what you need, but you always need to read the label and check out what you are actually getting. The purer, the better. If it only has sodium, potassium, and magnesium in pretty much any kind of ratio, because if they are making such a good effort with making it clean, they'll be probably doing a good effort in making it suitable for whatever purpose it's sold as well. One thing that you can do naturally at home is, well, having the potassium from banana, having the sodium in your water in a form of pinch of salt to every cup, or also having a bit of sodium bicarbonate with your water. Be careful with the sodium bicarbonate as it's pretty strongly alkaline, and if you have low tolerance or you're not used to it, if you do too much of it, your stomach can be feeling a little bit weird, but you can either get used to it or you just do the pinch of salt. Key points for hydration: keep your water as clean as you can, get some electrolytes in, and don't be afraid to put a little bit more salt. I know that there is a big fuss about too much salt and heart disease and all that. If you're not 75 and after a heart attack, you don't have to be afraid of a little bit more sodium in your system. That sodium will just increase the amount of blood, that the volume of the blood that is going through your veins, because it will drag the water there. But if you also have adequate potassium, and if you do pretty much any kind of physical activity, you don't have to be afraid of adding a little bit more salt into your daily intake. Another thing that can dehydrate you is caffeine intake. So just make sure that with every coffee you also have a glass of water. For the quantity measure, you can either track how much you drink, and it should be the starting point. Of course, you're adding if you're sweating more, and you're adding if you're having some coffee with it, but 0.033 milliliters per kilogram of body weight. So if somebody is 90 kilos, 3 liters. And on top of it, adding whatever you need to compensate for heavy workout, intense training, staying outdoor and sweating, or having a coffee. If you don't want to track it this way, you can just always look in the toilet and see the color of your urine. If it's somewhat yellowish, almost clear, that's good. That's what you want. If it's really, really clear, you might be actually overhydrating a little bit. And if it's really strongly yellow, you definitely should drink more. How to check for the signs of dehydration? Well, check your urine and assess the color. Also, if you're getting a tension headache on your temples, you should probably drink more, and ideally you drink a little bit of salt, lemon juice with water. That can help a lot. And yeah, stay hydrated. My name is Paolo. If you have any comments, if you have any questions or suggestions, text me. Even this topic came from your suggestion. Thank you very much for watching.